I'll watch some TV. It'll help me to relax!
Welcome back to the Ren and Stimpy recap. Last week we kicked off Season 2 with In the Army, and today we're taking a look at Powdered Toastman.
And with these hands, I hold the fate of millions.
I'm not sure about this title card. The music is great, but the card itself is a bit weird and doesn't look all that good in my opinion.
Who is this stranger from another land? Why does he walk among mortal men? What is his mission?
The first shot looks really good though. Powdered Toastman is standing on a height with fantastic coloring.
Who is this man of toast? And what does he want from us? What is his dark secret?
Shut up! If you ask me one more stupid question, I'll tear your skin off!
Powdered Toastman snaps at the announcer and it's really funny. Powdered Toastman is voiced by Gary Owens, who does a great job. Rest in peace.
Disguised as Pastor Toastman, the cool youth deacon, Powdered Toastman works his day job as a government clerk.
In an obvious parody to superheroes, Powdered Toastman works a day job as an office clerk, and only his assistants knows his secret identity as Powdered Toastman.
Excuse me, Father, but there's a distress call on your Toastometron communicator.
Thank you, my lovely assistant. Will evil never rest? I hope not.
Calling Powdered Toastman.
He gets a distress call from his toaster, which is hilarious. Of course it's a toaster, but it's still really funny. And he answers it by putting his head inside of the toaster. Classic.
Jiminy.
A really cute cat is about to be run over by a truck, and Powdered Toastman kills like 100 people to save it. This is extremely dark and all, but I'm just glad the kitten is okay. Now, people on the plane are shown to be alive, but still. Now, when Powdered Toastman gets a distress call from his underwear, he throws the cat in front of a car, which I don't really like.
Powdered Toastman!
Powdered Toastman goes to the Antarctica, where Muddy Mudskipper is trying to blow up some random guy.
Don't make me come in there. Powdered Toastman!
After giving me a seizure, Powdered Toastman defeats Mudskipper and frees the priest? I'm not sure actually what this guy is supposed to be.
But Powdered Toastman, what about Muddy Mudskipper?
My gosh, you're right. How thoughtless of me.
Okay, that twist joke was actually really funny and worked way better than the cat throwing joke in my opinion. Mudskipper laughs like Ren from, I think, Stimpy's Invention. They reused the laugh there. And then he explodes.
And hold on! Wind intensity too strong!
Quick, man! Cling tenaciously to my buttocks!
Calling powdered.
Both of them?
After some butt jokes, Powder Toastman gets another call, this time from his tongue, which is really gross.
Listen, something's come up. Sorry, Mac, but I've got to attend to something really important.
Now we get my favorite part of the episode, as Powder Toastman goes to Ren and Stimpy, who are out of powdered toast.
You're all out of powdered toast.
Leave everything to me!
If you remember this scene, it was actually an ad in Robin Hoek all the way back in the start of season 1. This is just like when Stimpy's invention tied back to the Dr. Stupid ad in The Big Shots. Now the scene is different here, but it's clear that it's a callback since some stuff is reused, like a couple of the shots and parts of the scene is the same as in Robin Hoek.
I'm sorry, fellas. I almost forgot.
Then Powder Toastman farts. Well, all jokes can't be hits, I guess.
My toast particles are dissipating. That can only mean one thing. A call from Washington.
Powder Toastman goes to Washington to meet the president, who is caught in his zipper. I don't like this. He succeeds anyway after... Nah, let's just move on.
Who will run the country?
Leave everything to me.
Now Powder Toastman gets sworn into office, and in the background we see some familiar faces and some that haven't actually appeared yet in the show. It's a nice touch.
I, Powdered Toastman, do solemnly swear to relieve the American citizens of their basic human rights.
That's also funny. Powder Toastman isn't even an anti-hero at this point, he's just a straight up supervillain.
Man, this job is too cushy for me. It's chilly in here. The fire's died down.
He burns the Constitution and then has a moment with his secretary or something, and that's how the episode ends. This episode is weird. Not only because it's about a superhero made of toast flying around causing mayhem, but because it's the first episode that doesn't focus on Ren and Stimpy. Now, I have very mixed feelings about this. On one hand, it's nice with a switch up, and Powder Toastman works as a main character in this episode. But on the other hand, I really like our main characters, and only having them in a short scene where they get 2 lines each doesn't feel perfect for me, and it just kind of makes me miss them. Now, this episode uses its time very well. The Muddy Mud Skipper scene could have been dragged out to be the only plot point, but Powder Toastman went on like 5 different missions in an 11-minute episode, and I gotta give credit for that. The story was obviously a Saturday morning superhero cartoon parody. Superman was what came to my mind, but there might be another hero that Powder Toastman was parodying. Now, I think they did a good job with the superhero tropes and putting the Ren and Stimpy twist on it, but I don't think it was quite as good as Robin Hoek and The Boy Who Cried Rat when it comes to genre parodies. Powder Toastman was a funny episode. There were clever dialogue jokes and a couple of those subversion of expectation jokes. One of them had him throw a cat at a car, which I wasn't a big fan of. Now, there were some other jokes that didn't quite land, but I'd still say it was a pretty effective episode comedy-wise. Fun fact: this episode was a controversial one, and only got in 1 airing before being heavily censored. The priest, who was apparently supposed to be the Pope, was made to be just a guy in a pointy hat, which is kind of what I gathered out of it anyway. And the burning of the Constitution was made into just burning of some random papers, which kind of takes away from like the funniness of it, but I kind of get why they did that. All in all, a decent episode. I had some problems with it, but it also had some good stuff in it. Join me next week where we're taking a look at Ren's Toothache.
Goodbye, folks.